I consider myself a very eclectic artist, and so I have a number of different projects going at one time. A big interest of mine, dating back about a year now, are hand-cut collages. I guess I got really known for doing these over-the-top digital collages, digital montages of imagery. And so I pulled back about a year ago and I'm going full analog, X-Acto knife, glue stick, old magazines, old books. What I'm interested in are things that show people kind of disappearing into nature or disappearing into their surroundings. It's not clear if the body is being engulfed by the landscape or if it's growing out of the landscape. And it came out of some of my interests in sort of letting your ego dissipate and becoming one with surroundings around you. Some of the other ones are images of surfers, where the surfers are being covered up by different crystal formations. So I'm taking this modern activity of surfing and having the surfer, through their activity of surfing the wave, kind of goes back to this very primal state, or this very, a rock, something that predates life even. I think it relates to some of my thoughts about art right now, in that you sort of have to work within a set of parameters to really excel at what you're doing. You can't just show up and force your ego onto materials or onto imagery or onto a situation. You have to work with your own abilities, whatever you're inspired by, what type of imagery you want to work with, your own environment, be it in a studio, out on the street, on the moon. The work then isn't just coming out of your ego, it's a response to all of those different factors. And that's really when you're operating at peak efficiency as an artist and making the most interesting work, because it doesn't only start inside your heart or inside your head. It starts when you let your heart and your head work in conjunction with the environment around you. I might not always know what I mean when I'm making things, but I keep making. And I might not always know what to make when there's something I want to say or there's meaning I have that I want to form. And both of these things you need to kind of stagger through to get to the point where they become one. And because that is, you can't do either of them well on their own.